You're tuning into O&M Live Netball, kindly brought to you by McRae Motors. I'm Ree Harris. Joining me for this round 5 clash is Tamara Matthews. Good afternoon, Tam, and what a lovely afternoon it is.
Good afternoon, Ree. Welcome back. And it's not raining at the moment, and hopefully it'll hold off, but looking forward to what should be a cracking game here today.
Yeah, and we'd like to begin today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we broadcast from, the Yorta people, paying our respects to their elders past, present and emerging, and extending this respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples, both here today and tuning into the live stream at any point in time. Already close to a third of the season, our round 5 clash sees the ladder leaders, the Yarrawonga Pigeons, up against third place Lavington. Yarrawonga currently with 4 straight wins, Lavington with 2 wins, a loss, and the bye as well. It should be very close.
Yeah, it should be. Look, it's hard to sort of put your finger on where these teams are at, or particularly Lavington, because it's been a little bit disjointed. They had that season opener against Wodonga, and then obviously they've had Cora in there, so they've had that week off. They've had Wodonga and Rovers, so it's sort of hard to know. But I think for me today is probably outside of the Myrtleford game, where we know they're missing Christine. Today is really their first big test, and we'll really get a sense of where they're at, I think, from today.
Yeah. And here at the JC Low Oval in Yarrawonga marking the milestone of Hannah Symes' 200 club games for a stalwart at their club. She's been involved in multiple A-grade premierships for the Pigeons. She's played B-grade, she's played C-grade, coached some junior teams, coached some senior teams, and 200 games for Han today.
Oh, look, this is just so wonderful to see. You know, I was saying to someone this morning that you just wouldn't meet a more positive person. She is just such a wonderful leader. She just greets everyone she meets with the biggest smile. She has a wonderful personality, and I'm sure the Yarrawonga girls will be really excited to see her reach this and be wanting to put on a strong performance. You know, what an outstanding achievement. She's started as a youngster here and shown great loyalty to the club, and been overseas in that time, had a brief meeting with Ed Sheeran, and come back and still here Yarrawonga and leading the way with some of these youngsters, and really excited to see what she brings today and in a couple of weeks' time when she plays for the Ovens and Murray.
Absolutely, and I'm sure some of those clashes over the years have been against Lavington in some of those epic grand finals. I know she's really changed the games, but we'll just cast our eyes back to the round 4 results. Lavington defeated the Wodonga Bulldogs. This was the season opener, and Lavington marked a big win then, 31 to 39. A 17-goal first quarter and a 13-goal third quarter set them up, and best on the day were the defenders in Stephanie Clancy, Sarah Meredith, and goal attack Liv Sanson. So we'll be looking for Liv Sanson to really come into the game today, and we'll get onto that a little bit further down the track. The Yarrawonga Pigeons edged out the Raiders last week. A cracking start from the Raiders. Had the Pigeons on the back foot, trailing by 4 at quarter time. They made a few classy changes and put it to an 18 to 10 second quarter that just got the ball rolling for the Pigeons.
Yeah, they did, and all credit to Raiders. You know, they really came out and took it up to Yarrawonga, and I think that just showed great courage, and it really, I guess, put Yarrawonga and the rest of the competition on notice, and it just showed that, you know, they are absolutely here to play finals. You know, they showed great patience and trust in each other, really great athleticism, and right to the last quarter they continued to take it to Yarrawonga. So I thought it was a really good performance by them. They went down in the end, but I think they certainly would be taking a lot out of that game. Definitely disappointed at the final hooter, but I think on reflection, you know, hopefully they would be looking at a lot of the positives that they got out of that game.
And you mentioned sticking with them till the end. They matched them 12 to 13 in the final term. So when legs are getting tired, that's a great result. Best on the day for the Pigeons were Hannah Symes, Sarah Moore, and Laura Ryan. And for the Raiders were Blaney House, Maggie St John, and Eliza Howard. So a couple of their mid-courts for the Raiders, which is great. The Wangaratta Magpies had a big defeat over North Albury, 56 to 38. A huge 19 to 9 first quarter from the Wang Magpies. Really just escalated what the day was going to be like.
Yeah, look, they, you know, certainly made no mistake about it in that first quarter, and I think they have such pace, Wangaratta Magpies, and, they are really going to come out of the blocks hard. From all reports, Em Brown played in the circle defence. So she's put herself back there. I know they were missing Maddie Pearson with her wedding and some key players. So Em swung back there, and they would have really missed her through that mid-court, but she can't play everywhere, obviously, as much as I'm sure she would like to. But, I think this is the danger that Wangaratta have. They are such a fast side, and they can do damage very, very quickly if they're given the opportunity.
Well, 30 goals from Georgia Clark is nothing to stinge at either when that's that's over half of your scoring. But North, credit to them, stuck with Wang in the second half, but the damage had already been done. Best on the day, Georgia Clark, Kelly Keane in the goals and Katie Dean in defence. Sophia Cole-Hagan and Isabella Clancy for the Hoppers. The last game of last week saw the Alpine Saints take on the Rovers. Again, a big deficit here, 60-28, making it 3 from 3 from Mert plus a bye, and it was the opening quarter where the damage was done. The Saints scoring 16 and holding Rovers to 5, which is something I think Wang Rovers will be really disappointed with. About an 8 or a 9 goal scoring average can contest 5. It's really hard to come back from.
Yeah, and look, they would have really been up against it. Sammy and Beck-Kroltzheim, look, they can be really accurate when they are on, but they would have been giving away a lot of height against someone like Sophie Hanrahan, and I think just the opportunity to even put goals up would have been very, very limited. Just getting it into their circle would have taken a power of work. So it would have been a tough day out for them, and I think the statistics show that. And
nice to see the likes of Rebecca Kroltzheim in the best players for them, and notably Beck Piazza putting up 30 goals as well, and Sage Bros chipping in there with 16 coming back from injury. On to our predictions for the other games today. We've just seen the epic finish to a classy battle here in B grade. Lavington taking the win by 1 goal. It went goal for the last few minutes. Today, Albury take on the Wang Magpies. For mine, Wang Magpies will be far too strong, and I think it might be a little bit of a depleted lineup for the Albury Tigers. I did see that Lani Wall and Alira McCowan are making their debut for the Tigers today. 2 very youthful players, and obviously a lot of faith that Sky Hillier has in them to do the job. Yeah, look, my understanding is Gabe McRae is unavailable and Lily Howe is overseas. So this gives an opportunity for these young girls to come up, and it's wonderful to see Sky giving them that opportunity. Alira McCowan, she's been there for a couple of years now, and I think is probably a very underrated player. She's obviously a wonderful basketballer, and she's in the Ovens and Murray 17 and under representative side and playing some great netball there. So she'll certainly go out there and do everything that Sky asks of her. She's very disciplined and can really turn a game. So wonderful to see her have her opportunity. Alice Carroll is the other young one I think that's playing in that side today. Coming out of their 17. So, that just is going to hold their club in good stead, that those young ones can get that opportunity. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Wangaratta will be too strong. There's just so many answers. Yeah, and the same, I think Myrtleford will be too strong for Wodonga Bulldogs, but the game to mind that will be the classiest one of the day will be North Albury taking on the Raiders. I have tipped Raiders, but I think it will be very, very close. I think last week's close encounter with the Pigeons, particularly in that first quarter, leading 8-2 for a big part of that first quarter, they'll be wanting to put that out there today. Yeah, this will be a really good game. I think this is a game that, look, if North Albury want to play finals, they really have to get over top of Raiders here. Raiders, they set themselves up last week with a good showing against Yarrawonga and obviously couldn't get over the line, but they certainly have their sights set on playing top 5 and obviously put in a great performance last week showing that. But I think they'll be too strong. After seeing the way Emily Stewart and Taylor Donovan played last week, I'm just not sure North are going to have the defensive answers to stop those girls, and I think the Raiders will be too strong. Excellent. And on to today's team cards. We'll quickly cast our eyes over them. Yarrawonga, coached by Laura Irvine, who is heavily pregnant with another baby. So it looks like Bridget Cassar is stepping into that job for today. They will start with the combination they swung into in that second quarter. So Maddie Allen into goal shooter, Sarah Moore in goal attack, Tilly Kennedy wing attack, Laura Davis in centre, Laura Ryan in wing defence, Kylie Leslie in goal defence, and 200 club game player Hannah Symes in goalkeeper, with Em Larissy, Kalisha Pell and Georgie Hempful on the bench. I expect to see Emily Larissy come into that defence and probably into wing defence at some point. Kalisha Pell and Georgie Georgie Hemphill, we've spoken about in the previous weeks, B graders getting that opportunity to sit on the bench and may get some court time if needed. But I think it will be a little bit close, and Yarra may tend to stick with their core 7.
Yeah, I think so. I think I would expect to see Em Larissy come on. I think her height and those hands over could really cause some problems for Lavington's mid-court at some point, particularly when they're trying to feed Christine. So I would expect to see her on. Wouldn't surprise me if she comes into the game a bit earlier than expected, but we'll wait and see what happens there.
And for Lavington, coached by Linda Charlton, goal shooter Christina Gucci, goal attack Liv Sanson, wing attack Maddie Lloyd, centre Brooke Wilson, wing defence Steph Clancy, goal defence Taylor Ferbera, and goalkeeper Sarah Meredith, with Angela DeMamiel, Monica Dimvoski, Kate Mastronardi and Liv Maguire on the bench. And I always think of the car that they nicknamed Kate after, and I think we may see a presentation, possibly maybe later on. But the players are getting ready to take the court. One of the key matchups today, I think, will be Laura Ryan in wing defence against Maddie Lloyd in wing attack. Maddie Lloyd, Tony Wilson medalist, has that speed and dynamic. So Laura Ryan will really have her work cut out. The court's starting to dry out, but if we get a little bit of rain, it'll slow the game down for both teams. And I think that will be a really key matchup for today.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a really interesting matchup. Laura Ryan can apply some really great physical pressure, and it'll be how Maddie Lloyd stands up to that and tolerates that. She certainly likes to give and go, so Laura Ryan is going to have to really work hard to stay in play and stop that second phase drive to the circle. The other matchup for me will be Maddie Allen and Sarah Meredith. I can see Sarah Meredith's gone back to that goalkeeper position. Maddie Allen's very athletic. We saw her play a great game last week. Sarah Meredith loves coming out for the fly, so I think this would be another really, really key matchup.
And play has started here for this first quarter round fly clash. The Yarrawonga Pigeons taking on the Lavington Panthers. The Pigeons with a quick defensive pressure, getting the held ball call. Tilly Kennedy using her body there to keep defender Steph Clancy out of the way. Allen looks for the drop in, and the ball goes over the defenders of Sarah Meredith. Reefs out, but an attacking throw in for the Pigeons. Moore will go and collect that. And for Sarah Moore and Sarah Meredith, teammates playing against each other. So it's always one of those interesting things what they remember from training against each other for so long.
They will know each other inside out. And I'm sure Sarah Meredith would have loved the opportunity to start on Sarah Moore, but I think this is probably a better matchup as Allen forces it out, plays it back in and draws the penalty, so she'll take a shot under the ring again. She's been incredibly accurate this year so far, and I've put the moz on her there with a miss.
Commentator's curse and a great rebound
really
from Taylor Ferbera.
As Lavington drive it out through Clancy, Ferbera's taking it long. She has to go back to Clancy. They look to go down, but Tilly Kennedy, too smart, and she reads the play. And Maddie Allen's doing a hair midway through the court. And she's got the locks flowing as she takes the shot. She's caught.
With the wind through her hair. Lucky the wind didn't come out too much. She might have got in her eyes. Kennedy on the run there. A little bit off balance, but a little contact call going in the way of the Pigeons. So Moore putting up her first attempt. Strong on the rebound is Ferbera again. And that will be the height deficit, but great defensive effort there, using defence to attack was Laura Davis. Great eyes from Tilly Kennedy getting the ball on the baseline
too, isn't it? And that's going to be the other thing too, that quick ball release while the defenders' eyes are down. But Lavington able to rebound it and run it out quickly through Ferbera.
A few quick misses from the Pigeons. They won't be liking that. It seems to just be slipping off the edge of the ring. And Maddie Lloyd, a great outlet ball to Liv Sanson and in over the top to Christine. Great play from the Panthers to notch their first goal of this game. One game apiece here on the 777 automotive scoreboard. Brooke Wilson in centre to Christine.
See Symes just sitting off the body there, and she just missed that one there. So she's not going to get caught on Gucci's body. She knows that she's going to have to play that space and put some doubt in the feeder's mind as Yarrawonga move it quickly to the circle's edge, and Moore takes the ball, puts one on the scoreboard for Yarrawonga. So they go to 2. It's 2 goals apiece here on the 777 automotive scoreboard as Lavington take the centre. And there's a bit of a fumble by Ferbs, but she's able to pull it in.
Defensive pressure again from the Pigeons, just really, really forcing the ball over hands. And again, Brooke Wilson, nice and strong. Great hands over pressure.
Yeah, they're holding it up here on this transverse line.
Making it really hard, and the ball again, great accuracy from Maddie Lloyd on the feed to Christine, but flies out in a fantastic rebound from
Symes. By
Symes.
Symes, wasn't it there? Yeah.
Obstruction call. Ryan and Lloyd, they'll be running like that all day today. And a contested possession, so it's a throw-in rather than a contact call. Again, Ryan with the contest. And it'll be another throw-in in the hands of the Panthers in their attacking third.
And you can already see the umpire is going to let these contests happen, so players will need to make that adjustment.
Oh, Symes, she came off the body to confuse the space and just a little bit too short for that ball. And Christina Gucci makes no doubt. 2 goals apiece here on the 777 automotive scoreboard. That quick release from the Pigeons again. Clever hands from Davis going below the outstretched hands of Meredith and Allen. A little bit short on the shot. A good jump by Meredith. And another nice goal from Allen. So 3 goals apiece here on the 777 automotive scoreboard. Ryan covering this space really well there in front of Lloyd. Steph Clancy for the Panthers in wing defence, passing on to Lloyd, into Christina Gucci. Symes, lots of space, and the ball just drops in nicely. So a quick goal there from the Panthers. Pigeons with the centre pass.
Brooke Wilson just gets the tip, forces it over the line. But it'll be a Yarrawonga throw-in. So Ryan with the ball. She finds Tilly Kennedy in the pocket. She's on circle edge. She's going to swing it to Davis. A good pull in. It was a big ball, and she just confuses Wilson with a smart fake. And the in and out pass to Moore works it under the post. And a nice quick pass into Moore, and she scores a goal for Yarrawonga. So they'll move to 4 goals. Again, Yarrawonga just holding them up on that transverse line.
Positioning there,
and that's
right in front.
Pass, isn't it? From the transverse, that's just not going to be on Symes. It's too smart. She's going to play off the body into that front space and force those passes. And Yarrawonga's hands over on that transverse is going to be too dangerous to allow that. As they work it to the circle edge, Tilly Kennedy finds Allen under the post.
And a great response there from the Pigeons. Well done to Symes, forcing that turnover. Davis to Moore. Kennedy with the second phase drive, getting Clancy behind her, and the ball floats into Allen, and she nets another goal there for the Pigeons. So they take a quick lead here, 6 goals to 4 on the 777 automotive scoreboard. Our first quarter action, thanks to Cavalier Homes. Maddie Lloyd having to look back. She's setting up again, and Kylie Leslie, the hands coming in off court, and she knew it straight away.
The face gave it away.
Yep, the Panthers will have the throw in here. You can see every Pigeons player taking one on. Clancy having to look back again, and something the Panthers will rely on is that going back, and they'll have to be really nice and patient. But it is the Pigeons on the attack again. Kennedy in the pocket. Chooses to use centre teammate in Davis. Quick 1-2 between Moore and Kennedy. And the little drop ball there from Moore to Allen. And the Pigeons out to 7 goals to 4 here on the 777 automotive scoreboard.
To Kennedy, quick off the line, and a great second phase drive by Davis into the pocket. Gets them deep to the circle and finds Allen coming forward. So Yarrawonga really getting that second phase ball quite easily at this stage and finding circle edge without too much fuss at the moment.
Great.
Lavington are going to have to adjust to that defensive pressure off.
And that was a great centre pass release there to Liv Sanson. She drove hard, and there she's on the baseline. And the ball went into Gucci. Symes could see that, and well done to Christine stepping in for a quick shot. So that was a really nice reply from the Panthers. A nice quick goal from them, and we'll need to see more of that in this first quarter. Kennedy high ball into Allen. Sorry, Tam, that was a really beautiful ball on the baseline.
And we see Christine moving a lot more in this game, can't we? She's trying to set up play slightly different.
The pressure there, great contest from Ryan and Lloyd. Again, that ball might. And I think, Christine will need to be on the move because she knows how dominant Symes can be on that hold. As we see the contest go again, she opts for the pass. Symes come around, but just that height causes the contact, and another goal drops in. A good positive clap there from Liv Sanson after the goal too. The Panthers like it. 9 goals to 6 here on the 777 automotive scoreboard. Feed there from Kennedy, a little bit off balance, not quite enough on it. Pops back out and into Allen now.
And Alan's doing a great job of protecting that space when she's got the hold on. The Yarrawonga players are putting it nicely into the front space, and she's able to show good strength to keep that defender behind her. As Yarrawonga moved to 9, leading Lavington 6, Lavington centre.
Great centre pass received from Maddie Lloyd, one of the better ones there. And Symes again went hunting, and it came off this time. It'll have to be one of those half a second kind of things, because otherwise the lob will be able to go into that Christine in that circle. Leslie and Sanson standing up through the centre. Comes more quick double play to Ryan Davis, asking for it at the top of the circle. The hold from Allen. Great contest from Meredith. Great match up in that circle, and a great 3 feet from Meredith. Hands over pressure. Goal from Allen. Takes the Pigeons out to 10. 10 goals, plays 6 here on the 777 automotive scoreboard.
Comes out for the drive, but a little bit too much on that one. So Lavington will get the opportunity to turn this one back. Meredith off the baseline, looks to go over to Ferber. She pulls it in nicely, and a nice long release to Clancy. They're moving it quickly here, but Symes goes hunting, knocks it. Clancy with the pickup, finds a Gucci under the post, but she just can't pull it in, and so Symes with the throw-in for Yarrawonga. Yarrawonga here, moving it very quickly down the court. Through Ryan, Moore finds Allen. She's not where she wants to be, so Moore's going to have to work it in.
And the body positioning, well done from Sarah Meredith then. That was great defence from there. The defensive footwork it took for her to get around. Real credit to Sarah, and a combination that they know, her and Taylor Ferber, but still something that's building in that circle. So lots of height, lots of arms in there, and Clancy and Ferber having to go back again. Lloyd back to Clancy to Wilson. In that centre channel, better place, and a great feed from Liv Sanson. The contact call coming. Symes not able to getting around the body
Gucci
that time.
Position then too, wasn't she? So it was a much cleaner feed.
Beautiful goal from Liv Sanson from that mid-range. Taking the Panthers back to 7, a 3-goal lead to the Pigeons here. Sanson coming out for the centre pass. The bomb going in just enough on it. Pinpoint. Great pass from Liv Sanson. So Panthers back within 2, 10 goals play 8 here. With about 5 minutes to go in this first quarter, our clock, thanks to McRae Motors. Moore just steadying up, getting her balance. Slips out, and Taylor Ferber, something she does really well is her defensive pressure over the ball. Can get a couple of those fingers over the shot, her long arms just in that jump. If she can time it right, there might be a rejection coming.
Oh, absolutely. Her and Sarah Meredith excellent at that rejection when they've got their timing on. And Liv Sanson's doing a great job off that line. Finds Wilson. They just have to go back to the line to reset. Oh, and Symes, a little bit too much on the ball, and Symes has read it well. So Yarrawonga driving it down the court through Moore. She looks to the pocket but decides to go to Allen, who's holding one-on-one in the circle.
Nice and strong from Allen, and just the release from the Pigeons today. I think it's quicker than the couple of games we've broadcast. It's just that real 1 second, the faith that they know where each other are. More outstretched, gains possession, takes a breath, gives it back to Davis.
And the challenge that Lavington have here is, does Taylor Ferber drop off Sarah Moore to go to 2-on-1 against Allen? Unfortunately, what that allows Sarah Moore to do is just create that play and work it in. So they're in a real pickle in knowing what to do there. Do they swap Sarah and Taylor for a quarter and see whether that changes things a little bit? As Clancy finds Lloyd at the top of the circle, they work it to circle's edge, which is what they really need to do, and Liv Sanson gets the penalty at the top. So she's going to work it with a beautiful little pop pass over the top to Aguchi. Christine makes no mistake. So Lavington moved to 9, trailing Yarrawonga 13 on the 777 automotive scoreboard. First quarter action. Not long to go, a few minutes left in this first quarter as Kennedy finds circle edge beautifully and a little pass into the space of Allen. That's what they've done well so far to date, as Allen makes no mistake of that one.
Another great little competition in this first quarter has been Kylie Leslie and Liv Sanson. Kylie Leslie making it really hard, and there she goes, just really getting in the space, but they've been running, and I'm really impressed by Liv Sanson finding the front position for the most part in front of Kylie. Kylie making it really hard for her as Allen sinks a goal from that turnover. So the Pigeons now out to 6, 15 goals, plays 9 here on the 777 automotive scoreboard. Oh, well done from Ferber.
She had Moore twisted inside out looking for that ball. Ferber was able to come up with the tip but not keep it in play. So Kennedy with the ball for Yarrawonga, and a dead-eye dick pass finds Maddie Allen under the post. She makes no mistake.
The Pigeons now out to 7. Brooke Wilson here with the centre pass, opting for the refeed. Well done to Liv Sanson. A little bit off balance, and Lloyd sees Wilson. Symes saw it but opted out. She could see Davis really covering it, and Symes putting the pressure on Aguchi to pull it in. She does, and gives it a cross court to Lloyd. A bounce pass across the circle. I think it was meant for Wilson, but it got tipped into the circle, and it was an offside call instead. So the Pigeons quick to reply here in their transition. 3 passes there in their goal third. Moore with control of that ball to Allen on the baseline. From Meredith isn't enough for the shot of Maddie Allen, and she nets another one. 17 goals to 9 here in this first quarter. Dying stages. And Maddie Lloyd, a great stat from her. Great pick-up, just getting right in the space of that parallel pass, and that's the danger of those parallel passes. Lloyd, you can see her using her body to find and defend, to attack the ball, and she's going to have to do that all day and really find Laura Ryan to come off her. So Sanson can't quite get the goal to finish that play from the Panthers. Leslie to Ryan, back to Symes, to Ryan. Kennedy turns and gives to Davis, and a centering ball there from Moore. The look-away pass into Allen. A shot is short, but a great rebound, tapping it back just into the space for herself. And the goal is good. So 18 goals to 9 here in this first quarter, thanks to the Cavalier Homes.
It's a high-scoring quarter, isn't it?
For such a defensive quarter as well, both teams really putting the defensive pressure on. Wilson.
And into the space of Gucci, she moves well onto that ball and takes a long shot. Bounces out. She follows the shot in well, but unfortunately the penalty called on her. So Symes will take the ball for Yarrawonga. Long ball out to Leslie, uncontested. She finds Ryan. She's able to give and go through the Kennedy. They move it quickly to circle edge to Davis. She finds Allen, but the Hooters gone, so there's no last goal there for Yarrawonga. So we'll go to the quarter break. Yarrawonga leading Lavington 18 goals to 9.
This is O&M Live Netball, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit.
0.0% alcohol?
This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onwards, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between. Manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Sorry, I'm going to tell everyone. It's so funny.
Welcome back to O&M Live Netball, thanks to McRae Motors. Second quarter action about to unfold here at the JC Lowe Oval in Yarrawonga. The Pigeons with a big lead here. A great first quarter from them, 18 goals to 9. Just casting our eyes over the court, no changes for the Pigeons lineup. Brooke Wilson for the Panthers was in centre, has floated into goal attack. Ange DeMamiel has come on into centre. And that's taken Liv Sanson to the bench. That's the only change on court. So interesting to see. I have seen Brooke Wilson's name in the goals, putting up some goals in there. So we'll see how this go. The Pigeons getting us off with their first goal of this second quarter. Ange DeMamiel centre pass goes to Clancy. And an undefended Aguchi under the post is always going to be a great target. So 19 goals to 10 here on the McRae Motors scoreboard.
So Kennedy quickly off the line there, finds Allen coming out of the circle. She goes back to Kennedy off the circle. Off balance, she finds a Davis backing her up. Moore is out of the circle and into the space of Maddie Allen, which they've done very well to date. And she puts a shot up. It falls short, but she's able to pull in the rebound. And makes no mistake of that one. Again, yes, as you said, waiting for the jump there. So Lavington with the centre pass. Maddie Lloyd much better off the line on that occasion. She goes back to Ferbera and finds Wilson. And Lloyd, nice drive into the pocket. Much more intensity on that one. And over the top to Christina Gucci. So just finding a bit more space this quarter so far is Maddie Lloyd. Davis with the centre pass for Yarrawonga.
There's a breaking call. It was a great centre pass there to Tilly Kennedy. Moore coming out centre channel, giving back to Davis. Defence there from Clancy, causes the contact call, as does Ferbera. So Moore steps in and the shot from her bounces out. Great contest on the rebound there. It'll go in the favour of the Pigeons on our side of the post. Moore will line up. That matchup between Allen and Meredith has been really, really fantastic. Contesting everything are both of them. Kennedy and DeMamiel fight over it. It goes to Kennedy. It's an offside call. So Pigeons possession inside the circle. Swing
and the look
ball,
away.
Looked like it was going, but it was the look away pass into Allen on the baseline.
Pops out. Looked like it was going in.
It was nearly fully through. Ferbera high ball over to Wilson and Leslie putting the hands over pressure, but not enough for the pass as Aguchi. Quick goal from the Panthers. So 20 goals, plays 12 here on the McRae Motors scoreboard. Lloyd, another great
and a great switch there by Symes and Leslie. So Symes came out hunting and Leslie recognised that very early, dropped back into that front space of Aguchi and picked up that ball. That was incredible teamwork to see there. But Lavington have forced a turnover down the other end.
I think Ellen thought she had the ball in her hands then, but kind of slipped through to Meredith. Well done from Sarah Meredith,
Clancy,
getting position for the Panthers. And this is just where the Panthers are seeming to get really held up. That just the defensive pressure of the Pigeons is forcing them to go back. They're being nice and patient, but the extra pass,
Leslie, the
2-on-1.
Yeah, that's the aerial strength that she has. So gets the tip and they're able to come down with the ball. So Leslie, they're having to go back. Aguchi nearly got a tip to that. They're dangerous hands to try and get around.
And a third to start this
is much
second
better.
quarter from the Panthers, and really held up the Pigeons there in that play.
That's probably the first time we've really seen them held up to that extent. So much better defensive pressure by Lavington. So Tilly Kennedy on the circle goes to find Allen. It's knocked out, but it'll be a Yarrawonga throw-in.
A 2-on-1 there. Exceptional contest. Possession in the way of the Pigeons. More.
And a tip by Clancy. So a good turnover by Lavington. They look to run it.
Great cover there from Laura Ryan.
And that'll be over
a third. Just Panthers a little bit disappointed with that because they did all the right things to gain possession of that ball. Ryan to Kennedy, outstretched hands, contest, bit of contact. So Ryan, both wing defences standing up tall against one another. The pop ball in from Davis puts Maddie Allen on the baseline and a goal from her. So 21 plays 12 here on the McRae Motors scoreboard. Certainly the Panthers' defensive pressure have slowed the Pigeons down to start this second quarter, sorry.
Yes, certainly. They were finding the circle edge much too easy, really, in that first quarter, but this quarter has been a lot different story.
And well done to get that ball.
Yeah, smart tip by DeManuel too there. But the umpires called back.
Ferber's a toe must have been over the baseline. That's so disappointing because it was such a great play, and well done from DeManuel too.
Smart
she was
tip,
off
wasn't
balance,
it?
very smart tip. But the Pigeons with possession. Moore will line up for the penalty shot. She steps in front of Ferber and opts for the pass to Allen.
And smart too. She could see that Meredith had her back fully to the play and was able just to pop it into that space, knowing she couldn't see what was happening there. As Wilson strong off the line, finds DeManuel in front, finds Wilson, and Aguchi finding the front space, which is what she needs to do, and Wilson with a nice drive under the post. And she makes no mistake. So Lavington moved to 13, trailing Yarrawonga here 22 on the McRae Motors scoreboard. Second quarter action brought to you by Cavalier Homes.
A hand in the way there from Ferber. Davis and DeManuel very equally matched on this court as well. Another great tussle. Moore cross court to Kennedy. Back into Moore. She steps through. Quick goal there for the Pigeons. So they are out to a 10-goal lead here. 23 plays 13 on the McRae Motors scoreboard. Great reef in there from Wilson. One-handed take. She's centering through to Lloyd. Hands over pressure from Ryan, and Lloyd opts to the feed, but I'll call it a pass stat to Christine.
Yeah, I think it was for Wilson. I think Christine got a hand to it, but Wilson came up with it still. But somehow Yarrawonga, of course, the turnover.
And deserved a goal, but just couldn't quite. Symes with the rebound, and DeManuel outstretched hand there, trying very hard not to go offside. More looking at her options, opts for Davis and the refeed there, knowing that the defender was way out behind her, as you can see.
She'll be disappointed that didn't go in, but she's going to get another shot here.
And again
misses. So she'll be very disappointed with those shots on goal as Lavington take it down the court. Lloyd looks
get off
for
this
Wilson, but
sideline.
she's
it's dangerous.
behind
and
the player.
You can see every Panthers player are in there. And again, that ball wasn't meant for that person, but it got there, and Leslie contesting the high ball, but Christine just manages to snatch it in, and a nice goal from the Pigeons. 23 plays 14 here. Kennedy, with the great second phase, but great outstretched hands there from Clancy. Just couldn't quite get the two hands to it. Allen.
Yeah, probably just a fraction early on that drive. Kennedy into the pocket, allowed Clancy to get that tip. But Moore makes no mistake for Yarrawonga. So they extend their lead. They're 24 leading, Lavington 14. Wilson strong off the line, finds Lloyd, but she has no one. Aguchi eventually pops forward. Lloyd finds the pocket. And Wilson with a shot on goal. It's out, but Aguchi strong under the post is able to pull it in and pop the goal in. So Lavington trying to keep in touch here. 15, trailing 24. Kennedy, great give and go off that line. Finds Allen and some sharp passing into the circle.
And great for Kennedy to realise there that the Panthers defenders had gone with Laura Davis on the second phase, so that she had to be quick in that double play rather than giving that ball off to Davis in dangerous territory. DeManuel to Lloyd. They're on that sideline again, and the Pigeons have just really pushed them and forced them to one side. They're back in a bit of space now. Channels are all fairly even. DeManuel pop in to Wilson and pops over to Aguchi off balance. Symes standing out of play, and Christina Aguchi will have a second go at this shot. And it bounces out again, and another fantastic rebound from Symes in her 200th club game. Leslie happy to give it back to Symes, and a great centering ball from Kennedy again.
And
that
great
1 second
release. Just knew where Davis was going to be, didn't she? So that's that trust and I guess familiarity with each other too, knowing where that teammate is going to be.
Well done from the Panthers there. They had the 3 defenders in a triangle there to all 3 Pigeons attackers to make it really hard for that ball to get in and cause the offside call rather than a contact call in the circle. Allen opting for the refeed, asked for it in. Great positioning from Maddie Allen today in the hands of Ferbra, causing the obstruction. Allen lines up and a 2-handed rebound.
And smart save. Yeah.
And Moore finishes it off. So Pigeons still out by 10, 25, plays 15 here on the Macrae Motors scoreboard.
And Laura Ryan just covering that front space in front of Maddie Lloyd there on those centre passes and really putting a lot of doubt in the mind of the thrower and forcing them to look for another option. But they're able to score off the centre pass there as Yarrawonga go to their centre. Leslie draws the penalty. She finds Moore out of the circle.
Again, great defensive pressure from the Panthers, just trying to slow down this attack of the Pigeons. Clever feed there. Just getting it, and Allen just in her fingertips and finds the post. So 26 plays 15 here. Demamiel with the centre pass. Wilson just struggling to get out of the zone of Leslie. Contested possession. Lloyd puts the ball up and a great feed from Maddie Lloyd there, considering she was so far off the circle edge.
And
it was
in that
great,
pocket.
Great accuracy from Maddie Lloyd. Or Tilly Kennedy. I thought that was going to Hannah Symes then, and I was thinking that's going to be over it.
Ambitious pass.
But Maddie Allen gives back to Kennedy over the outstretched
and
hands.
a pinpoint pass there to Moore deep on the baseline. She makes no mistake of that one. So we're going goal for goal here in this quarter a bit. Neither side really breaking it open. Lloyd finds front position there. She goes back to Clancy. Yarrawonga just holding them up. Their hands over pressure in this part of the quarter has been really great to date. Lloyd, and what a bullet. Brilliant pass, finds Brooke Wilson on the baseline. That's a phenomenal pass. Unfortunately, it doesn't go in, but Aguchi with those nice long arms is able to rebound it and put it away.
And I think, too, Brooke Wilson recognised that Leslie was kind of out helping defend on the wing attack and centre, so she had all that space on the baseline. So clever eyes from Maddie Lloyd there and great accuracy.
And we've got to repeat down the other end with more finding Allen on the baseline.
So Allen gets her own rebound and drops it in. So the score here, 28-18. Panthers just can't quite get within that 10-goal range. In our other games, Wangaratta Magpies have pushed out 23 to the Tigers 8. Raiders 27 leading North Albury 18 and Myrtleford 30 leading the Bulldogs 12 as Maddie Allen steps in again for the Pigeons and another goal for them. So 29 plays 18 here on the Macrae Motors scoreboard. Got just a few minutes to play here on the Macrae Motors time clock.
Just a bit too much on that pass from Kennedy to Allen. Forces the ball out. So Lavington with the opportunity for a turnover here. Meredith calling them quickly into position. She wants to get rid of that ball. Ferbra with the ball, but a penalty called against Davis. So Lavington through Ferbra finds Lloyd across court. She goes back to Ferbra with the centering ball. Finds Demamiel in that centre channel.
Again,
it's a better option.
Wilson, 2 hands
and
outstretched.
Then front position to Aguchi and Wilson on the baseline. So better setups there for Lavington. I think when they come through to that centre channel, it just opens up more options for them as Aguchi takes the ball under the post, puts another one on the scoreboard for Lavington. So they move to 19, trailing Yarrawonga, 28 I think they are. Lloyd off the line in that front position. Finds Demamiel and Hannah Symes works front, gets the tip and able to tap it to a teammate.
Well done,
Demamiel with some great hands. Yeah. So Yarrawonga with the throw in through Leslie. Doesn't have an option, has to go back to Ryan. She goes back to Leslie, back to Ryan and Davis. But a nice tip by Clancy, not able to pull it in. So Yarrawonga come down with the ball and they find Allen eventually under the post.
So the score should
No goal. The umpire has called
the
held ball.
He should read 30 goals to 18, and that was a held ball. So the Panthers have really done well to slow the scoring down of the Pigeons, and the Pigeons still keeping that score rate of the Panthers down. Brooke Wilson giving the ball off to Lloyd. Leslie will be out of play for the contact call. So Symes will have 2. Pop pass goes in. and Christina Gucci nets another one. So 30 plays 20 here on the McRae Motors scoreboard.
So Ryan finds Kennedy up the centre of the court. She goes to Allen, who's come out of the circle. They go across to Davis. The umpires found an offside call, I think it is. So Moore will take the ball at the top of the circle. Little pop down pass to Kennedy's. Tussle between her and Clancy has been good this quarter. But Moore with the shot makes no mistake. So pushes Yarrawonga out to what should read 31, I think. Leading Lavington 19. Lloyd finding better space off the line now. Nice give and go and a great pass into Aguchi. She goes back to Lloyd. Finds Wilson with a smart little drop ball and a quick little pass over the top to Aguchi. And that was better ball movement by Lavington. Some much faster releases. Puts them on the scoreboard.
Allen looking through to Kennedy in the pocket. Again, she's been lovely and strong, Tilly Kennedy, today.
She has, and she started probably a bit slower last week, so it's great to see her come out the way she has today. I think she's had a really great first half.
The siren has gone for half-time, however, there was a penalty call just before, so Moore makes no doubt with that one. So the Panthers with the lead here, 31 goals to 20 at half-time. This is O&M Live Netball. On an O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit.
0.0% alcohol.
This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onwards, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between, manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Back to O&M Live Netball, thanks to McRae Motors. First half action sees the Pigeons with an 11-goal lead at the JC Low Oval. Credit to the Panthers. The Pigeons came out to a blistering start in that first quarter, very much outscoring the Panthers, but the Panthers keeping it to a 2-goal differential in that quarter, which is a much better effort from them. We think there's a few changes for both teams. We can see Emily Larissy for the Pigeons coming on into wing defence, meaning that Laura Ryan swing into centre and Laura Davis into wing attack, giving Tilly Kennedy a rest on the bench. And we were talking off air that Tilly Kennedy started this game really well. It's taken in the last 2 games where we've broadcast them. She's probably been a little bit slower to really hit her straps.
Yeah, absolutely. I think last week it took her to the second half to come into it, and certainly Sarah Moore's swing goal attack really enabled that. But today I think she's probably been one of the best on court in this first half, and created a lot of drive. And her combination with Laura Davis today has been outstanding. Just their awareness of where each other has been great to watch. So be interesting to see whether Lavington have made any changes. It doesn't look like it at this stage. It looks like they've stuck with their second quarter positioning. And for Yarrawonga, they're the only they've swapped Maddie Allen out to goal attack, and Sarah Moore's gone back to goal shooter.
Moore and
the old
Meredith,
girl having a little run against her old teammate in Sarah Meredith. So there'll be lots of chit chat happening down there while the ball's down the other end, I'd imagine.
And the Panthers centre pass to get us underway, and Symes, great reef in from her. Larissy getting her first touch of this 5th round action. Davis in wing attack puts the balk in, but there's no one there. Ryan in the pocket. Deep, an obstruction call. Meredith slow to move out of play. Maddie Allen with the space there, and a quick goal from the Panthers getting us underway in this third quarter. So they're leading 32-21. 30.
And look, Yarrawonga are in a really privileged position where they just lose nothing with Laura Ryan going into centre. We've seen her swing into that centre position, and she just provides a phenomenal amount of drive and attack on the ball. So we'll see what she does here today, but I'm sure that will be no different as Angela Manuel takes the centre for Lavington. The ball just floats up, but she's able to get there. And Larissy with a tip. The bounce pass. It's always a bit dangerous through the mid-court.
So Maddie Lloyd doing all the right things, and she did have to dodge about 3 times and finally had found the space, but it was just that half a second late for the ball release, which gave the Pigeons defenders time. And it's a bit of miscommunication from the Pigeons. Meredith on the baseline with the throw-in, gives off to Clancy deep in the pocket. 2 passes. They're still in their defensive third right on this wing closest to us. Clancy gets this transition underway, and a high ball.
And Lloyd did well to try and keep that in. Yeah, but just tipped it, unfortunately, and she didn't keep it in by the looks of that. So the umpires called a Yarrawonga throw in. Allen's in GA, so she's out of the circle. Finds
Great
Ryan.
Contest there from Meredith to Moore. Contact call sees Meredith out of play. Moore working her way into the circle. The bounce pass goes through. And a short shot. Great pressure there from the Panthers to get that rebound. And Sarah Meredith so good on the rebound. There's a great attacking play from the Panthers to get them down court.
Nice drive by Taylor Furber. She's done that well today. She finds DeManuel through that centre channel, finds Lloyd, and there's those hands of M. Larissy jumping, trying to put off the pass, but finds a Gucci.
Went the way of Wilson there as well, which left Christina Gucci on her own in that circle. So the Panthers notching one back, 34 plays, 21 here on the Cavalier home scoreboard. Laura Davis with the penalty at the top of the attacking third to Ryan and into Allen. It looks like Moore's copped one on the schnoz. Never good in these cold conditions.
No.
A little bit of an elbow or a shoulder moving through, and it looks like the eyes are watering, and it makes my eyes water a little bit. Panthers back on the attack.
Especially on a day like today. So Lloyd looks to go over to Gucci.
From the Pigeons, but a great pull in from Christine, and something I think probably that state experience that she has is just that strength to pull those balls in when it's really heavily contested.
Yeah, she would have come up against some, strong big bodies in that competition, you'd imagine, and really, worked on that part of her game as Allen goes long and deep to find Laura Ryan in the pocket, and she goes over to find Sarah Moore, and she puts the shot up. So Yarrawonga keeping the scoreboard ticking over. Lloyd with a great drive off the line there. An obstruction call against Yarra. So Ferbera with the ball. She goes front to Lloyd. She looks in but changes her mind and goes to Wilson in the pocket, and she finds Gucci with a pinpoint pass under the post. So Lavington continue just to tick over.
Oh, well done there from Davis. The half roll, getting her the front position against Clancy as she pops out for the ball again and sends it through. That was great vision. Great release then to the space in front of Moore, deep on the baseline, and the Pigeons replying here. 36 plays 23 on the Cavalier home scoreboard. If you can see our scoreboard, it's just a little bit mixed up on the far side as Aguchi notches another one for the Panthers, taking them to 24. 36 plays 24 here on the Cavalier home scoreboard. Ryan gives off to Davis, and high ball into Allen. Great 3 feet from Ferbera.
And there's that rejection that we talked about.
Causes the rejection. So clever play from the Panthers. Gets the scream from the sideline. Meredith helping Ferbera there with the tip and the rejection, and the Panthers are on the attack, but Leslie replying in defence at the other end. Clancy stepping up halfway in this Panthers attacking end.
And Yarrawonga just spreading the attack there of Lavington.
Lloyd just crossed both sides of the court twice then to get that ball. She's done a mountain of work in wing attack and into Aguchi, who finishes off a great play from the Panthers. 37 plays 25 here on the Cavalier home scoreboard. Oh, outstretched hands from Demami, which manages to pull it in. And a quicker play there. Gucci off balance.
And
great rebound from Leslie into Symes. Ryan giving back to Symes to Leslie. Leslie opts for the high ball to Larissy. Centering ball to Davis and to Ryan. Allen in a great triangle and double play from those two. Ryan chasing the scraps, but Demamiel getting the last hand to it. So it'll be a Pigeons throw-in on the sideline. Really deep on the baseline. Allen opting to come out. Ferbera opting to stay for the 2-in-1. Moore turn for the long shot. Meredith with the rebound, but passes it to Allen. So the Pigeons there. 38 plays 26 here on the Cavalier home scoreboard.
So Allen off the line. Goes to Davis. She can't find anyone. She finds Ryan in the pocket. She goes into Allen, but Ferbera with a nice little tip, but deflects it back out to Yarra, and the ball's getting deflected left, right and centre here. And again, Ferbera tries, but unfortunately that time she gives the penalty away.
Just couldn't quite get her feet around. She got the hand to the ball.
Over the shoulder. So Allen puts a goal in for Yarrawonga.
38 plays 26 here on the Cavalier home scoreboard. Brooke Wilson in goal attack for the Panthers, having a look for an option beside her. Lloyd, hands over pressure from Larissy.
And well watched by Leslie. The tip came off Aguchi, and Leslie well watched out the back there. So Yarrawonga with the opportunity to take it forward. Some great driving play there by Leslie. Finds Moore on the sideline. She looks into Allen. High ball goes up, and Ferbera with a clean tip knocks it out. So it will be a Yarrawonga throw-in on the baseline. So Moore here finds Davis set up on the outside. The quick 1-2. It's not on, so she opts to go over the top to Allen. Finds that backspace out, and Ferbera with a great tip, but unfortunately no one home to get it. So it'll be a Yarrawonga throw-in again. They have to reset. They're having to work hard to get this ball in and under that post.
Something that the Pigeons like to do is to find the centre channel before they go sideways. It's something they're really, really good at. And so finding that centre channel to give the feed in as the ball's coming down. Allen, shot from her, reefs out, and a great rebound there from Ferbera. Clancy, contest from Davis, but it's the contact call going in the way of the Panthers first.
Well, and it just creates so many more options if you can go to centre channel, doesn't it? It opens up the court for you and creates a lot more space for the shooters and your attackers to work off, as Lavington having to go back
again 3 times. Davis coming through for the defence, and the ball pops over Lloyd.
So Larissy doing a power of work
into
there.
Gucci and Symes coming off the body. She just confused where that ball needed to go and managed to get two hands. So the Pigeons on the attack again. Davis saying at you to Larissy, gives off the ball, and Ryan top of the circle feed to Moore right on the baseline under the post.
And there's no doubt those turnovers come because of the work that those defenders are doing out in front of her. So, you know, hats off to M. Larissy and the other Yarrawonga girls for the defensive work that they did. That allows Hannah Symes to work off the body and get those turnovers. As Maddie Allen finds the ball under the post, she'll take the shot and make no mistake.
Close to a held ball, probably that one. The defenders there from the Panthers really holding that play up, but the Panthers make good. So they're out to a 14-goal lead. 40 plays 26 here on the Cavalier home scoreboard. Over halfway in this third quarter, thanks to McRae Motors. The ball from Aguchi pass to Wilson on the baseline. An easy shot for her, and she makes good. So back to 13. 40 plays 27. Pigeons with the centre pass. Ryan gives to Larissy. Davis creating the screen for Ryan to give her top of the circle, and
Allen's trying to kick that in, but I think it just rolled out. So
out of arms.
Meredith with the throw in finds Clancy. Ferbra
better from the Panthers there, using the height of Ferber. As you can see, the Pigeons have just really pushed the Panthers to one side. They've got it back in that centre channel again. Clancy and Ryan contesting the possession, and Ryan will be out of play. Demamiel gives the ball to Lloyd.
And nice quick release, finds Aguchi.
Can't quite land. I think maybe Symes was in the landing space, so she'll get it again and makes no doubt. So 41 plays 28 here on the Cavalier home scoreboard. In our other games, Wang Magpies, a great lead for them, 34 against the Albury Tigers, 16. Raiders with the lead, 43 to 26 against the Hoppers, and Myrtleford, 30-goal lead to them, 46 plays 16. So those games probably playing out how we expected, although I did expect North Albury to be a little bit closer to the Raiders, so they won't want to let that margin get out any further. As we see Meredith forcing Allen outside that circle, can't quite gain control. Well done to Ferber. A great tip again, just her arms and that last-minute elevation from her causing a bit of grief for the Pigeons. More down ball to Ryan. The refeed puts the balk in, and a great shot from her. Beautiful goal from Moore. 42 plays 29 here. Panthers centre, Demamiel to Lloyd.
Great ball
to Wilson.
release.
That was a great ball release. And Leslie again, just that front position, just really the 2-on-1, and Symes coming through again. Aguchi making no doubt there, bringing the Panthers up to 30. 41 plays 30 here on the Cavalier home scoreboard. That was one of the better attacking plays from the Panthers in this quarter.
Better timing,
really nice
and that
smooth.
nice ball release onto the player who's driving,
They have had that week off last week as well. So
yeah, it's been a bit disjointed for them because they had the season opener. They switched their Wodonga game, which was their round 4 game, to the season opener. So it meant that they had Corowa round in there as well as that round 4 off. So it has been a bit disjointed. As it has been for a couple of clubs. The way the draw's fallen.
There. The Panthers again, so 42 plays 31. They've got it back to 11. So they've pulled a couple back. Davis looking for the quick pass, but Meredith was hunting, so she opted to not give it. Davis to Ryan. She runs and pulls it in. Davis again, 2 more. The wind's just starting to pick up a little bit here. Moore, though, turns and shoots.
Nice rebound by Meredith. Goes to Clancy, but slow on the release, and Laura Ryan read that like a book. So she's come through and offloaded to Sarah Moore and made no mistake. So a good turnover by Lavington, unfortunately not able to capitalise. As Demamiel, nice offload to Lloyd, just a bit slow on the drive there in that second phase, and doesn't allow her to give it off like we saw before. As they find Aguchi, and she steps in under the post and makes no mistake.
44 plays 31 here on the Cavalier home scoreboard. Maddie Allen giving off to Larissy to Ryan. Oh, and a great
pass.
feed.
Yeah.
A great feed. And Meredith was very impressed by that. She had a stab at it, but just a little bit too much on it, but gets the rebound. So Ferbra on the transition. That's something that the Panthers have been better at this third, using that height of Ferbra through the mid-quarters. They're transitioning. Clancy giving off to Demamiel. There's two lots of hands over, really confusing where any space is. Lloyd, a great feed from her into Christine, and another quick goal from the Panthers. So 44 plays 32 here on the Cavalier home scoreboard, deep in this
and
third
classic
quarter.
Leslie intercept there. Beautiful take into that front position. Off balance finds Davis, and they're able to work it to circle edge. But great tip by Meredith, able to flick it out, and Demamiel picks it up. So Clancy running it down, cross court to Ferbra. She's been great for them out of defence today, Taylor Ferbra.
And Symes getting her 200th club game, really
a nice
battling
movement
hard.
by Oguchi. She gave it out to Lloyd in the pocket and then worked it back into that space to get it under the post. So good to see her moving more, and she's clearly added more to her game, and we would expect that after playing at the level that she's been playing at.
And will continue to.
Yeah,
She's
for
still,
sure.
Still so young.
Yep.
Davis giving off two more. We're in the dying seconds of this third quarter. Meredith, great defensive effort
Oh, and
from
Alan,
her to do that
super
without the
save.
contact. And Alan keeping that ball in play for more, finishing it off with a goal. So 45 plays, 33 here. Well done to the Panthers. They haven't let this margin blow out any further in this third quarter.
Good contest there by Davis. She's had a really good game too, been very consistent.
Very, very consistent, and that ability to swing through all those mid-court positions. Leslie hot on the tail.
And Symes, front
of
position.
Wilson and Symes front position. The siren there blowing for three-quarter time. The Panthers trailing the Pigeons 45-34. This is O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit.
0.0% alcohol.
This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onwards, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between, manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Welcome back to O&M Live Netball. Thanks to McRae Motors. The Yarrawonga Pigeons, the home team, with the 11-goal advantage, 45-34 here, leading into this fourth and final quarter. Changes from the Panthers, Liv Sanson re-entering the court as goal attack. Brooke Wilson slipping back into centre, and the positional change of Meredith and Ferber going back into keeper, Meredith out to goal defence. Ferber putting the pressure on Allen's first shot, and a nice goal from her. The Pigeons have gone back to their starting 7. Kennedy's come back onto wing attack. Davis back into centre, and Moore and Allen have both swapped off. So both teams going back to their starting 7. Aguchi, a great contest there from Symes, but a great goal from her. 46 plays, 35 here on the X-Ray Group scoreboard.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how these teams run out this quarter. They've both elected to go back to their starting 7. So whether they're sort of looking ahead to next week's games and really wanting to sort of establish some consistency heading into that, as Lloyd, strong off the line, goes back to Clancy, finds that front position, and then great pass into that space for Christine, and she elects to step on. Probably didn't need to, but did, and the ball popped out, and a contact call against Leslie. So Christine will have another opportunity here.
And Aguchi putting the shot in. So 47 plays, 36 here on the X-Ray Group scoreboard. Fourth quarter action thanks to Martin's Group Albury. Laura Davis in centre. The obstruction from Clancy sees her standing behind Moore, confusing the space for Meredith, but Meredith stays with her. Allen opting for the pass out. Clever pass there from Moore. Catches both defenders' eyes down, and Allen making no doubt out to a 12-goal lead are the Pigeons. 48 plays, 36. Lloyd gives off to Sanson. On the opposite side to us, Davis.
She did well to try and keep that in.
She did well to try and keep that in, and it was offside at the last second, or contact first, sorry. And the ball, high ball into Aguchi. Contact call, stepping in, and easy shot from her. So 47 plays, 37,
so
48 plays, 37, I think.
Low ball to Allen. She goes to refeed to Davis. She finds the space, but not within shooting range. So back out and more into the arms of Allen, possibly unexpectedly, but it pops out. So Ferber does her best to pull that in, but unable to, and Moore comes up with the ball. So Yarrawonga, the ball sort of falling into their hands a little bit there, and they continue to move forward. Sanson with a great strong drive off the line there. Looks to find Lloyd, and Leslie gets a tip to it, but knocks it out of court.
Did you see on the Pigeons social pages Alex's interview with Kylie Leslie?
I did. Wasn't it wonderful?
It was fantastic.
Really clever.
And really great from the Pigeons to be bringing some of the characters of their club to life. And he'd really done his research as well. There were some things there that I didn't really know about, particularly the incident at the Morris Medal night. I
probably one of my most my favourite Morris Medal memories, actually, Kylie's MVP incident. And for anyone who's friends with Kylie Leslie on Facebook, you may notice from time to time that hashtag MVP gets mentioned. And yeah, Kylie won an award, an interleague award. It was the MVP award, and went up accepting it, not kind of really realising what she'd been what she'd won, and as she went up they sort of said, what have I won? And they said MVP, and when she got up there she just sort of kept thinking, I just need to thank the sponsor. So she thanked MVP for the award, not realising that it was for most valuable player. So needless to say, she has not and probably will not ever live that down. It was quite the moment, and she laughs about it, and takes it in good humour.
Yeah,
but,
so great entertainment from the Pigeons and young Alex that does the interviewing. Very, very good.
And she's quite the jokester. She had a funny little joke there, and I see they've got one up there with Stevie J, which is good as well. So, yeah.
Panthers quick to reply here. They've gotten back to within 10 and they've had their last two attacking plays have probably been their smoothest and quickest of the day. They are staying within 10, 49 plays 39 here on the X-Ray Group scorecard. Maddie Allen cross-court ball to Davis, to Moore. She wasn't even looking then and gave the ball away. Contact on the body there from Ferbs, trying to move her feet around. And Allen, great rebound, great strength, one-handed take. And again, Ferber with the hands, and it went through
arms going everywhere down there.
Every set of hands there. So the Panthers, can they reply? Meredith, great transition pass, and well done from Davis to pick up the scraps. Maddie Lloyd was coming on the timing there. Ryan pushes it to Allen deep in their goal third. Kennedy to Clancy, but Clancy passes it to her wing defence.
So both teams desperate.
Both teams just not working out who their ball is going to at this point in time, but Davis gives off to Moore, and the quick refeed from Moore always easy for her, and finishing it off with a goal. So 51 plays 40 here on the X-Ray Group scoreboard.
So Lloyd off the line, she elects to go across to Clancy, and Sanson with a nice strong drive, and Leslie tries her best to stay out of the way, but unfortunately unable to. Nice little release there from Sanson, quickly off to Aguchi, and she makes no mistake. So good to see Sanson back on in this last quarter.
Meredith coming through for the centre pass, and I think it might be a breaking call first. So great defence from the Panthers, earning that turnover ball. Wilson, opposite side of the court. Clancy. All Panthers players there. Gucci at the top of the circle, opts for the pass, but again, Leslie in the way. Laura Ryan had her eyes closed, and Sanson home alone under the court, and makes no doubt they're back within 11. 52 plays 41 here on the X-Ray Group scoreboard. Oh, cross-court ball over every set of hands there from Meredith to Clancy. Clancy gives off to Lloyd, and the feed into Christina Gucci. Quick shot from her back to within 10. 52 plays 42 here on the X-Ray Group scoreboard.
So Davis finds Kennedy off the line at the centre. Goes to Moore and double plays it to the top of the circle. And a nice tip by Sferbra, and Brooke Wilson quickly onto that. And Lavington move it very quickly to circle edge. And Christina Gucci, beautiful strength in the air to take that ball.
Couple of quick goals from the Panthers, bringing them back within 10. I believe it's 52 plays 43. They've come within 9. Just waiting for the app to load. And Symes was coming through and saw the ball to Wilson, and Wilson just tapped it on, but too much on it. So the Pigeons with the throw in here. Ryan holding strong. Maddie Lloyd doing all she can to get around for that play. Contact call instead. And I apologise, it's 52 to 44. So the Panthers have gotten back within 8. And again, trying for that rejection, but not to be. Allen netting to take the Pigeons back out to 9. Kennedy, strength from her. Clancy will stand out of play, and Kennedy, top of the circle, gives off. I think it was to Moore, but Allen thought it was to her.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think she knew Moore was standing in there behind her.
They're having a little chuckle there. They're back out to 10. 54 plays 44. Lloyd using that arc of the circle better there and coming forward for the double play, looking for a Gucci, and the space opens up. She opts for the space, can't get it, but gets her own rebound. And the shot again for Christina Gucci there. So 54 plays 45 here.
Davis
Moore
off
there.
to Moore. Kennedy sitting out there
Ferber,
alone.
that much better. She moved her feet, got the front space and got possession. Great get for the Panthers. Can they make the most of it here? Wilson having to delay. Great hands from Sanson, and Symes again
thought about it.
Went fishing, but a little bit too early and left Christine there under the post. So the Panthers replying again. They're not going away here. Credit to the Panthers. They've really managed to keep this lead and starting to creep into it. But, Leslie, front position, goes up and it just trickles out 54.
And it's going to be a Lavington throw-in, I think. So, again, Leslie just showing her ability in the air. She's quite phenomenal how high she can get as they go cross-court.
Symes trying to come around the other side, but not to be. A Gucci. Another great goal from Christine. Shooting the bulk of their goals today. Davis in centre, gives off to Kennedy flying. And a little bit off balance. Clever from Allen, but in the hands of Meredith. So here come the Panthers on the attack again. Liv Sanson's been lovely and calm influence coming on in this final quarter. Quick play from the Panthers.
So a quick
54 plays 47. They are back within 7.
And their centre.
Wilson to Sanson. Wilson into this side and Symes. Just not enough on that then and not into the space. Ryan and the transition
and they really
from
had
the Pigeons.
Aguchi stuck right in under that post, so nowhere for her to go either.
Oh, Allen short release, and I think Ferber got a little bit of a rejection on that. So she'll have the shot again and makes no doubt. 55 plays 47 here on the X-Ray Group scoreboard. Fourth quarter action thanks to Martin's
Davis
group.
Finds
Aubrey.
Kennedy. Kennedy's give and go today has been great to watch, and more. Look at that drive on the baseline and that release. That is
the day there. That was a beautiful play, beautiful feed.
Release. Yeah. Wilson. So Sanson's been strong off the line, and as you said before, very calming and settling as she's come on here. Great release to Christine. Her and Aguchi have a really good sense
great
of where
contest
each other
there
are.
from Symes for that rebound. Panthers have notched back to 7 again. 55 plays 48. Can they make it one more? Allen for the Pigeons. A mid-range shot from her and a clever rebound from Moore. Gives off to Allen again. And the obstruction call putting Ferber out of play. Allen again. And the rebound. Can't get possession of anyone. Here Moore with the throw in. Allen, there we go, netting that one. 56 plays, 48. Wilson into Aguchi and through. Layup type shot. So back to 7. 56 plays, 49 here. Couple of minutes to go in this fourth quarter. The Panthers really trying hard to fight back, but pinpoint again. Ferber had the front space and the rejection from her. That timing over the shot that she has is really, really phenomenal. Players stepping up. Moore takes a breath and coming in on the baseline. Meredith early on the jump. Ferber
and Laura Davis. What a chase. Well watched and saw where that ball was going.
Ferber's really come into her own in this last quarter in that goalkeeper position. She's been really fantastic.
Look, I think she's probably been Lavington's best today. I think she's given them great drive down the court and she's got some great hands over tips to balls. As Aguchi looks to go forward but draws the penalty instead, and she'll take the shot under the post. Bounces out but able to rebound her own ball and
back to 6. Back to 7, sorry. 57 plays 50 here on the X-Ray Group scorecard. Lloyd, Gucci asking for the high ball and it pops in at the last second. Back to 6. 57 plays, 51 here. Few minutes to go.
Davis finds Kennedy at the top. Little pop pass to Allen. Oh, not able to pull it in. So Lavington will get another opportunity here. Ferber, she's being told to go to Clancy in the pocket. Meredith calls for it. Brooke Wilson too early on that drive.
And just asking a little bit too much of Lloyd there.
She's vertically challenged and the ball was well over her head.
And Leslie gives off to Kennedy. More coming through at the top of the circle. I reckon it's gotten about 5 degrees colder in the last 15 minutes.
And
though there's still quite a crowd here watching the netball.
There
Alan
is.
tipping one in for the Pigeons. 58 plays 52 here. Great feed from
Nice
Lloyd.
ball.
High
Into
ball
that space. Allows Christine to move on to it.
Just
Makes no
pops
mistake.
out just a little bit. So 58 plays 53. They're back within 5. Moore gives off to Allen. Reefing. And the Panthers. So if the Panthers can get this one down there and in, it will be back to within 4 goals. Ferbra to Lloyd. Clancy. Sanson gives off to Wilson again. Davis shepherding defence there. Moore with a touch. Davis trying to get around. Lloyd holding her space. And Davis out of play with the contact. They're talking. Go in. And Symes doing all she can. Aguchi with the goal. So it is a win to the Pigeons there. The Panthers marching the comeback, but just not enough time. 58-53, the final score here in today's round 5 clash. Big thank you as always to our sponsors, Cavalier Homes, 777 Automotive, the Martins Travel Group, Aubrey, the X-Ray Group, and our major sponsor in McRae Motors. Tam Matthews just going to get our player of the day for today. Hard to choose in a game like that where everyone has really contributed, and our player of the day for today's clash is Kylie Leslie from the Yarrawonga Pigeons. I'll give you that one.
Ask me easy questions.
We were just actually talking about the interview that you did with Alex.
Yeah, that was a bit of a different interview, wasn't it?
I'm not sure we're going to top that.
Yeah, that were good questions.
He was so prepared, and I found out a few stories that I didn't know. But
yes.
Congratulations. That was a great effort today. Obviously, your first quarter effort just set up the rest of the game for you.
Yeah, definitely. From the get-go, our intensity was right up a level. We knew we had to come out here with lots and lots of pressure defensively on them, try and get some turnovers up the court a bit to stop that ball from going in. We knew it was going to be a tough ask today, but I thought with all our pressure across the line, all over the court really, we did a really good job to stop that ball.
Yeah, you did. Your pressure across that transverse. And one of the things that really impressed me, and I don't know you and Han have worked together for so long, but when Han comes out flying, you automatically drop back into that front space. And quite a few times we saw you were able to get hands to ball when the ball went into Christine. Is that something you guys work on?
Yeah, definitely. Han is an amazing defender coming out, picking those balls off. Such a great asset to have in our team. She's always got her eyes up and attacking that ball coming in. So I love her coming out for those ones. So I've just got to cover that one at the post, and it sometimes works.
You did a good job trying to get some of those high balls. You got some text to ball, but I did notice they are doing a presentation for Han right now, so we will let you go.
Yeah.
But Kylie Leslie, our player of the day for today. Thank you.
Thanks, girls.
Well done to you. Enjoy a drink later.
Well, there you have it. That's been our round 5 action for today. The Yarrawonga Pigeons taking the win there over the Panthers. But credit to the Panthers, they won that last quarter convincingly, and I think that will be the intensity and perhaps the combination that they'll look to start next week's game. I thought all their contributors did a really great job, and they made sure that what differential came at that first quarter, it didn't blow out any further. And the Pigeons are recognising Hannah Symes' 200-game player today.
Yeah, look, an outstanding achievement, obviously, by Han. But, yeah, you're right. I think it was credit to Lavington. They really could have let Yarrawonga run away with that. It's always hard to rein them in once they get that lead, but they stuck at it. I think going back to those combinations they had in the first quarter worked for them. I think the combination of Christine and Liv is something that I think works well for them. I think they seem to have a good awareness of where each other are and a good understanding, and I think Liv brings a level of composure. So it's a combination I'd like to see them try and persist with a little bit more, and it's great to see Liv playing with the confidence that she is. So, they did really well to stay in the game and then to keep coming back at them. And obviously Yarrawonga will be happy with that win for Han.
Absolutely. So that's our round 5 action wrapped up. I will see you next weekend. Tam, we're off to the Wang Rovers. It'll be great. It'll be our first time my first time, seeing them this season, and I'm looking forward to that tussle with Albury down at the Rovers ground.
Yeah, it should be really good. Wangaratta Rovers have got a couple of young up-and-coming players stepping into A this year, so it'll be exciting to see what they can bring. And we saw Albury the other week against Myrtleford, and they were impressive. So they'll be coming off, obviously, a disappointing game today, but, hopefully they'll have their full side back next week, and we'll put in a good performance. And good luck to you today, Ree. Heading over to the football. Boundary rider, roaming Brian over for the O&M Live team over the Yarrawonga and Lavington game. So all the best over there.
Thank you. Hopefully I don't do too good a job, and I'm still here next week. No, it'll be fun. I'm a little bit nervous, but it'll be good. But this is O&M Live Netball. Thank you, as always, Tamara Matthews. This is O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Recognise this face? I've been in more beer ads than anyone else, and all I'm told to do is smile, sip and laugh a bit.
0.0% alcohol.
This changes everything.
I can swim! I can upgrade heavy machinery! I can actually drive! Onwards, beer drinkers!
Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between, manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.